Would you pay $500 for a half hour or an hour reading with somebody? And do you also think if somebody charges $500 comparing to somebody that charges $100, do you think the person that charges $500 is better than the one that's charging $100? I have seen people, I still charge $100 for question readings or prediction readings. I write them all, so you get 4 pages full of stuff back, because I'm not somebody, I've explained this so many times. If you talk to somebody, you have your brain in that moment deciphers what you're hearing. And then in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, 6 months' time, you've forgotten half of it, and also you can reinterpret it. You can put stuff in there that was never there. You can make out that they said it and it wasn't there. So when it's in writing, like through an email, it's all written there. You can read that back a year later, you can read it back 2 years later, and all the information's there. But I know some people like to talk. But I knew somebody years ago when I first started doing this. I was only charging $50 at the time. She was charging $300, and then it got up to I was charging $100 and she was charging $500. Now she was in a Sydney area, like a big area. I was more in the country, and I wasn't having people come to my home. I was doing it online, so I had the world. I had the world at my access. She was limited to people that were just in that area, but then she moved into doing video calls with people. And she was charging that much money, and it kind of fizzled out. And I'm not sure whether it was, because my thing is, she was doing 2 readings a week for $500 each. So she was getting $1,000 a week. And I was doing like 30 readings a week. And they were ranging from $30 to $60 to $100. So we were probably making the same amount of money, or I was making a bit more, but I was getting lots and lots and lots of clients because I was keeping the price down. But I want to know, who are the people that pay $500 for a reading? Oh, are you somebody that would pay that? And why would you pay that much money? And do you think because they're charging that much money that they are better than everyone else? And I think it's very much like anyone who's got their own business can charge whatever they like. Good on them. I don't care what anyone's charging. I want to know who the people are that are paying that and what you think you're getting for that money. And it's much like a hairdressing business. You can go to a hairdresser and ask for a colour, a different colour and a cut, and someone might quote you $300 or $400, and then you can go to another salon and they'll quote you $1,200. What if you went to both and walked out and had exactly the same hairstyle? So why are you paying the $1,200 rather than the $300 to $400? What is it in the mentality of somebody? I'm trying to understand this, because if I can guarantee you, if I put my readings up today to $500 on my website, I wouldn't get any. No one, who's got money these days? And my theory is, if somebody is wealthy, they don't tend to use psychics. It's the people that need help for their future. They need guidance. They need spiritual guidance. They need to know that everything's going to turn out. And they're the average Joe, that's just struggling through life. And they want help. It's kind of like, what if you had a psychiatrist that was offering $100 for sessions, or you had a psychiatrist that was offering $1,000 for a session? Who are you going to see? If you're already got mental health issues, aren't you going to go to the one that's not going to cost as much? I don't know who is paying these big dollars. And so these people that are paying that, I want you to tell me, if you're one of those people, do you think you're getting more information or better information by paying more money than paying a lesser amount of money? Because it's not adding up in my mind why you would pay that much when there is so many other services out there that offer the same thing, exactly the same thing. You'll get exactly the same answer. Spirit doesn't go, well, I'm going to give that person a lot more information than that medium. A good medium is going to get exactly the same information. So why are you paying more for it? And most of the people, like, I've been doing this for so many years. Like, I'm 63 now, so I was in my 20s. I started doing this before internet, when there was snail mail and people used to post letters. And you might say, you've been doing it for so long, why are your prices not really, really high? My moral compass keeps me humble, where I feel like I still want to be there at a price that I still have to feed my own self. I have to pay my own bills, but I am way more accessible to a lot more people than those that limit themselves by charging such a high price. And also, I get so many messages in my inbox, and it's just, sometimes it's got nothing to do with people asking for a reading. They're just asking, they'll just share some advice, or they just want to be a friend, or they're a bit lonely and they want someone to talk to. I don't get paid for any of that. I can spend a whole Saturday sitting on my inbox just answering somebody. I don't get a thing for that. And so I often wonder, these people that are charging the $500 for like half an hour, that's even more than the lawyer charges. Will they also answer questions for free for people, or are they accessible to people? And once you've paid your $500 and you've got your reading and you go away, are you then able to contact them again and get follow-up? Or is that it? You know, if you contact them again, that's another $500, because that's so expensive. Whereas if I do a email reading and then someone writes back and wants a follow-up, I never charge extra for the follow-up. And a lot of people offer. They'll say, do you want extra for the follow-up? And I don't know, there is something about my moral compass that just doesn't sit right with. I know, like, those that become very well known, I don't know, is that where they feel like because they become so well known, they've got the ability to charge more money? Is that what it is? Or is it a marketing thing? The amount of emails I get every single day from people in their work is, if you pay us $100, I will get you 5,000 new followers on Instagram or TikTok, or, you know, they buy the followers. So they're all bots or whatever, and they just buy followers. So they get on there and they will recommend you on other pages, and it's marketing. It's all marketing. And again, my moral compass doesn't allow me to do that. I just delete the emails. I'm not buying followers. If you don't organically like me, I don't want to buy people. So what do you think about charging huge amounts for readings that other people are doing for a lot less money?